Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you guys are new here, my name's Jaden Pedersen and I like to make videos just for you. So in today's video, I'm going to be actually doing a little bit of an update video of how I've been going and what's been happening with the Focus and how far off is it from the build and stuff like that. So this is the state of the Focus. Still haven't done much since last time. So the last clip that I filmed was me showing all the parts I've inquired, and that video alone was filmed in March, and as you can see I've already had my operation. It's right there, and yeah, I've been maybe close to 3 months post-op and I'm feeling good. Sometimes I get a little bit of a click in my knee, but it's going good. So I managed to pull out the old rods out of my old block down there, and these are the bearings that were in them. So as you can see, this one, she is completely spun over. This one's spun again. This one's spun. Like nearly all of them spun at this point. So I pulled them out, and I might actually build a little coffee table with that block over there, because I was actually going to sleeve that one, but I was like, nah, stuff that. Anyway, so I'm going to maybe build a coffee table. Don't know yet. But this here is actually, believe it or not, my factory fuel rail. But I got two weld-in fittings welded in there, so one for the feed and one for the return. This is my fuel pressure reg. I actually ran into a dilemma, and that dilemma is that the stock size injectors will not fit because of this fitting. Fairly sure that they're only a 55mm, so I have to step it up to full length, which is a 65mm. No big deal, I'll have to order them. You're probably wondering as well why I've got a return and a fuel pressure regulator. Reason being is because I want to run E85 and make it a safe, reliable tune, I guess, running on E85. This is a used RS fuel pump hanger, courtesy of Anthony Rogers. If you guys don't know who he is, look up Let Out on Instagram and you'll see his weapon of RS. So this is my current setup at the moment. So I need to actually take them terminals off and make a ring terminal, and so I can run a fuel pump relay. The fuel pump I'm using is a 450 Aeroflow, so it's well enough for 650, 700 horsepower, so I'm pretty happy with that. This is the fuel line I'm using. It's braided Teflon, and yeah, she's -6. I've got 8 meters of that, so hopefully that's enough. This is my turbo. So this is the rear housing. I'll flip her around so you can see the front housing. So that's the front housing. It is a GDX 3076 Gen 2, and it is a Pulsar turbo. I am sponsored by Pulsar, so they were kind enough to actually send me out a turbo. Same with Airtech. Airtech is a massive sponsor of this build, and I couldn't be any happier. So I'll need to pull out my fuel tank and run my fuel lines to the front of the car, but I actually might wait until I get my motor in. Reason being is so I can know the exact route to take it, because I've got all the fittings in that bag over there. I showed you my wastegate, and that's just all the fittings for the turbo. So in this box here is actually a breather kit. I was going to get powder coated, but I left it in a billet look. I don't remember if I ever showed you guys this splitter, but I still have it and I haven't put it on yet, of course. Yeah, it's made out of carbon fiber. I'm a little bit worried about running it because I don't want to smash it, because it's literally one of one. There we go. That's the look of it. Looks actually mad. So when I have my car fully aired out, it's sitting on the ground, and this is like literally a few mils off the ground. So the same person that welded my fuel rail is actually going to be making my 3.5 inch intake and also my coolant reservoir. And yeah, so I'm going to get them powder coated in a special colour, and I can't wait to show you guys. So I have to actually go up to Jamie's up at Sunny Coast, because in here is the clutch that I brought off Jamie like close to nearly a year ago, and I never actually used it. I'm going to ask him if he's able to give me a store credit, just so I can buy a few more things from him. If not, then it's alright, I'll try and sell it. As for my dirt bike, you can see my flywheel and magneto, aka stator, is off the side, and also my air filter's out. I took it out for a ride maybe 4 weeks ago, and yeah, it felt amazing. And then that's when I noticed that it just sounded like it ran out of fuel, so I just took it home because I just couldn't be stuffed putting more fuel in. And then yeah, so like a few days later, I took it out with my mate Josh. Yeah, it wouldn't start, it wouldn't have spark, so we thought it was going to be the coil, then I thought it was going to be the CDI, and I was like, stuff it, I'm going to just pull off the stator and see the condition of it, and sure enough the primary ignition was all stuffed. But I've got a video in the making, waiting on my stator actually. Picked up a drift trike, she's a bit tatty because my mate and I took it out, and yeah, he was getting towed behind our ute. Look at this spaghetti. But I started to actually label all the connectors and stuff like that, so hopefully it's going to be a little bit easier putting the motor back in. That downpipe might be up for sale, depending if I can modify it to suit my new turbo. But if not, hit me up. That's the colour I'm going to paint the block when I get it back, so it's going to be like a charcoal metallic. I need to order myself a new mount down there. I need a new gearbox mount up here. Oh, I need a lot of things, to be honest. But hopefully this week I get to order my ECU. And then the good old Ravi, she's going good except for, I don't know if you can see that well, but on the actual inside of the wheel, the brake fluid is leaking out of the drum, so I need to address all that hopefully this week. I might make a video about it. To be honest, I don't know what I'm doing with drum brakes, but I'm here to learn, and I'm here to teach you guys as well. With my tax return, I was contemplating about buying a shit ton of car parts for the Focus, or a jet ski, or a 2022 YZ. I'm leaning more on car parts. Good old Monsty for the boys. So it's the next day, guys, and we went up to OEM tonight. Jamie helped me out a lot, and he did a store credit, and I grabbed a new radiator, RS radiator. I also grabbed new oil cooler hoses, and then big bulky RS oil cooler. So all that came up to $825, but I had $800 store credit, so yeah, I had to just pay the remainder, $25. And then later this week, once I get my tax return in, I'll be ordering my intercooler through Airtech, because you know they're the major sponsors of this build. I've gone with the gobstopper option with also the big boost hoses, big boost pipe. I'll also order my ECU and then a few other things, and we should be gravy to rock and roll. Because I've got my twin plate getting built at the moment through Direct Clutch Services, so shout out to them, they're doing me a good deal for a 1200 Newton meter clutch. So they're putting a solid ceramic disc in to handle 1200 Newton meters, and they're doing it for 1800 for me. I've got a little bit of a parts list that I still need to order. So I've got my 1200cc injectors that I need to order, my flex fuel sensor fuel filter because I forgot to grab one, and then we move on down, larger intercooler from Airtech, and then my inlet manifold, and I need to pick up my clutch and the ECU, and then the ECU master gauge. Oh, and also my LSD that I need to also pick up. But with saying that, it's not much left, but I'm so keen to get this on the road, hopefully this year, fingers crossed. So that's where I'm probably going to leave today's video. It was just a quick update video of where I'm at with all the parts and how the Focus build is going along, because yeah, like I said, the last video that I made was about back in March, so it was quite some time ago, and I haven't touched the camera since, to be honest. But yeah, so subscribe and follow the journey, because this car is going to be a little bit of a handful considering it's still on air suspension, and yeah, it's going to be a mad ride. So yeah, so I don't want you guys to miss out, so subscribe right now and like this video and share it around to your mates, because it helps the channel grow. Anyway, so stay fresh, stay clean, and I'll see you guys in the next scene. Yeah, yeet.